Whatever your situation is currently is not your forever situation.
That's really what real business owners is, man. Like, we don't care where you come from, where are you going?
Our goal and our job is to reduce the mistakes that you have to make or the money that you have to lose.
You want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be successful, don't give up.
You learn, adjust, and continue to move forward.
Welcome back to the Real Business Owners Podcast. This is episode 121 with myself, Trevor Cowley. Kel's not with us today, so it's a solo episode. And I just want to start off by saying we appreciate you bearing with us in terms of the audio on the last episode. You know, when we're traveling and doing something that's completely outside of the norm, sometimes things outside of the norm happen that are unexpected. And, we didn't know that the audio wasn't working the way that it normally did until we got back to Utah. So we did that episode down in Dallas, Texas. So that's normally why we do in-person podcasts in our conference room, so that we have the ability to, control the things that we normally have the ability to control. But again, life throws curveballs at you. That's just what it is. That's business. That's life. And sometimes you just got to take it on the chin. So, guys, today I wanted to talk about a very important topic. This topic is the difference of being interested versus committed, okay? 100% of people are interested or want to be successful. They want to be a multimillionaire. They want to have better bodies. They want to, have better mental clarity. They want to have more confidence. But are you actually committed to those things? And that's really where the issue lies, is most individuals, when you're just interested in something, you're going to try to take the easy route to get that thing. Or when something hard happens and you have to overcome a difficult situation, if you're only interested in the end result, you're going to talk yourself out of overcoming that hurdle or overcoming that obstacle. When you're 100% committed to what you're trying to accomplish, it doesn't matter if there's one hurdle or 1,000 hurdles on the way to the goal that you've set for yourself. I want to use a quick example. Let's say you've got two individuals or a bunch of individuals that want to lose 100 pounds. Why is it that some people lose 100 pounds when they say they want to lose 100 pounds, and then other people start going down that path and they fail? Because the thought of losing 100 pounds is awesome. The thought of being successful is awesome. But when it actually is time to do the work, emotions start setting in. You're going to be tired. You're not going to want to go through the process of waking up early, or you're sore. You start justifying reasons to let yourself off the hook for not doing some of the things that you know you should be doing that's going to serve you, okay? I want to put this into perspective. I did a masterclass last week with a company that pays me and Kel to kind of go on there, talk about different things. In this case, it was about beating burnout and ways to do that. And, I told these individuals a story about how 13 years ago I was sleeping on a floor. There's individuals that probably were homeless or sleeping on the floor 13 years ago that have a very similar situation today. Their actions and their habits haven't changed at all. Would they be interested in having a better life? I guarantee you that thought goes through their mind on a day-to-day basis, but they're just not committed. It's so much easier to let yourself off the hook and not do the things that you know that you should be doing. And that's why there's a 1% of the population that are the 1% of population. You can't act like they haven't had some of the exact same thoughts that you've had. You can't act like they didn't want to quit and give up ever. And you start labeling these individuals, oh, well, they're just lucky, or they're just very disciplined. No, they're a human being. We all come into this earth with the same level of discipline. Individuals that are committed to what they're trying to accomplish pull themselves out of bed when it's time to pull themselves out of bed. They show up to the office when they don't feel like showing up to the office. They do their gratitude on the days that they don't feel like practicing gratitude or meditating or reading. We all know things that will serve us. 100% of people know how to have a better body. You eat healthy and you exercise. But why is obesity at an all-time high right now? Because the easy path is the path that most people choose to go down. Right now, again, we just did an episode about distractions. Distractions are at an all-time high. The reasons that your brain can sell you on not doing that thing are at an all-time high right now. And the majority of people are actually listening to their brain or those emotions when they're exhausted or when they're tired. Guess what? I'm tired. I'm frustrated with the current climate of the world right now as well. But that doesn't necessarily mean because you're frustrated that that's a good enough excuse not to follow through with the things that will serve you. There's no reason that you shouldn't be honoring the goals that you set for yourself unless you were just interested in having all of those nice things that you see other people have. They've been through hell and back. And if you're currently going through hell, this is your test. You will either pass the test or you're going to fail the test. Stop making half-hearted commitments. And then when the emotion or frustration or you're tired, those things kick in. That's the only separator. 100% of people can do the things that they know they should be doing when they're motivated, when they feel like doing those things. It's easy to show up when you're on a high. But if you want to forge yourself into somebody that's valuable, the only way to forge yourself is through the fire. You might be going through a fire in your personal life, in your business, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever the fire is that you're going through, guess what? 100% of human beings are going through one form or another of some battle. So you're not special. Your situation is not unique. Your emotions are not unique. These are all things the people that are of success have felt and have overcome. You have to start identifying yourself with the individual that you want to become, not just have it be a cool thought. Man, I'd really like that nice car. I'd really like that nice house. Understand that those individuals didn't want to do some of the things that they had to do to get there, but they did them anyways, and that's why they're deserving of the things that they have. If you label somebody as lucky, what you're doing is you're saying that individual is different than myself. That individual is no different than you. We all run out of gas from time to time. The ones who show up when they're on empty are the individuals that separate themselves. This is not a time to recede. This is not a time to quit. This is not a time to give up. You knew it was going to be hard. Here's your hard. Let's make sure that we're committed to the things that you know will serve you. Let's stay committed to the path that you committed to 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. This is a process. A lot can change in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. But I would say right now is the biggest mental battle of all time in terms of the world coming down. Again, the distractions. So what should you be doing right now? You should be forging something around your mind, protecting yourself. Control the things that you have the ability to control. Don't just float through life. If you're on your way to work, turn off the music and turn on something positive. Don't just listen to those positive things. When you have that aha moment, start committing to that thing that you know that you should be doing. A lot of people listen to podcasts or positive things just to get a warm fuzzy in the moment, to get them through that struggle of that day, rather than actually taking and applying the information. Out of everybody that's listened to our podcast, all have access to the exact same information. Why is it that we get messages from some people that said, oh, I did this and I took what you guys said and I applied it in my business and it's helped. We've 2x'd just in the last 6 months or the last year. But there's some of you guys that are listening that has remained the same for the last 6 months, for the last year. You're waiting for the storm to pass rather than going out into the storm, weathering it so that you're a little bit more skilled. This is just another level in the game. There's so many levels to this, and if you don't tackle those hard things head on, there's decisions that you're putting off right now. There's decisions to invest into that thing that you wanted to invest into, but you kind of want to wait to see what the world's going to do over the next 6 months or the next year. Guess what? We thought when everything initially started 18 months ago with COVID that it was going to be a 2-month thing, a 3-month thing. This will pass. No big. Here we are almost 2 years later. Some storms last longer than others. But if you freeze up in the storm, there's individuals that are lapping you right now. In terms of interested versus committed, when I was young, I wanted to be a millionaire. I wanted to have access to things that I couldn't have access to when I was younger. And so my actions show how committed I am to that thing that I said that I wanted. Guess what? I want the big houses and the 5 cars that are, sports car. I want to show all that fun stuff off too, and I'll have that at one point. But I'm more committed to financial security than I am to cool things. Are you more interested in the end result, or are you more committed to the financial freedom that you initially got into business for? Me and Keller are about to make a $500,000 investment into a couple different food and beverage brands. $250,000 in one, $250,000 into another. That's a lot of money to let go. But we know that what we're doing is the right thing, even know that it's difficult. So the decision that you're putting off, just because it's a difficult decision, doesn't mean that it's not the right decision. It's time for you to be a little bit more decisive. It's time for you to commit to that thing wholeheartedly and not just kind of want it. Guys, I think it's an important episode because the whole world right now is kind of froze. It's time for you to be a little bit more bold. Step into your greatness. There was a quote that said, everybody is of abundance, but the individuals that find it within inside themselves stop with the self-limiting beliefs. So if you don't believe that you're worthy of or you're deserving of that thing that you say that you want, then your actions and your habits will not honor that thing that you say that you want. So you have to be training your brain. You have to forge your mind. You have to harden yourself mentally. This is 100% mental. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about a physical goal. It's going to be 100% mental. Yes, you have to move your body, but you have to mentally be strong enough to get out of bed to go move your body when you don't feel like it. If you want a certain level of finances, again, will you have to show up to work and put in the hours? Yes, but it's mentally draining. We all have one mind. We have to live with it until the day that we die. You might as well start forging it now. You might as well start giving it the time that it deserves to be strong enough to help you get through these moments that we're all going through right now. I believe that you're worth it. We struggle too. Some people, well, you're this person. I had a message the other day. Well, you're Trevor motherfucking Cowley. And I said, I'm Trevor Cowley, the human being, just like you. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I run out of gas sometimes, just like you. Stop saying I'm this type of a person. The only difference between me and you is I showed up when I didn't feel like it. And you pull back when you don't feel like it. That's literally the only difference of individuals that are of success and individuals that want success. So if you're tired and you feel like receding, you feel like pulling back, and you see yourself actually doing that, you're not making the moves that you would normally make in business or in life because you're waiting for a storm to pass, then you're not worthy of success. The individuals that want it bad enough will go out into any storm, will continue to move forward. It will pass. But the decisions that you're making right now will determine where you end up in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Stop waiting for something external to happen for you to start making decisions about where you want to be with your life in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. Guys, I hope this episode hit home. I hope you guys recommit to some of the things that you once thought you were committed to, but when times got tough, you rescinded, you pulled back. It's that time again. We're going into the fourth quarter. We've got 3 months left in the year. There's decisions that you need to be making right now that will determine how your 2022 is going to look like. Make the hire. Make the investment. Be bold. Do the things that you know you need to do, even know that you're scared or that you're nervous. Your future self will thank you for it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I wanted to keep it short, sweet, to the point. Are you interested or are you committed to the goal that you set for yourself? And stop telling yourself you're committed when it's a half-hearted commitment. Your habits will show whether you're interested or committed based upon the times that you don't feel like doing something, not the times that you feel like doing that thing. Guys, make sure that if you got value out of today's episode, you share it. You tell a friend about it. There's a lot of people struggling right now. There's a lot of people that are just kind of, again, froze. They're waiting for some sort of news to come out that they can now start making bold moves. If everybody's doing that, then it's an opportunity for you to make advancements in your business while everybody's froze, while everybody else is waiting. We're not waiting for anything. We're still showing up every single day. We're not letting external circumstances determine how we think, how we feel, how we ultimately make decisions in business. Guess what? Investing $500,000 into a food and beverage brand, of course the thoughts are, well, is that a good idea right now? Like with everything that's going on, what if they do this? What if the government does this? What if this? And the taxes and, maybe I should hold on to my money. But that's not the right decision. That's not a decision that's going to serve me in 3 years. So I'm going to make the same decision that I would have made 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. If I have the ability to do it and I know it's the right decision, I'm going to make that decision no matter the level of difficulty. You guys are all winners. You're taking time out of your day to listen to this podcast. Let's also make sure we're taking time out of your day to put action behind some of the information that you're receiving. That is the only difference. There's so many idiot action takers that are of success and so many smart people that are froze right now that never will see success, even though they're 10 times smarter than the individuals that are making moves, taking action, and actually decisive about what they want, and they're committed to the thing that they say that they want. Hope you guys take this to heart. Hope you guys do something about it, and I hope it helped. Guys, we wish you nothing but the best. Take care. Have a kick-ass day.